What the heck are we doing with breath work and ice plunging? What's it all about? I want to cover a couple of benefits, 3 benefits from breath work and 3 benefits from cold plunging, so you can be more informed about the ways these tools can help you personally and also professionally if you're working with clients or communities in this space to make everybody feel better. So first, let's talk about breath work. I'm Kristin, and I founded a company called SHERPA Breath Cold. And I'd love for you to check it out at sherpabreathandcold.com and follow along in all the ways to be able to gain education and information that's going to support your business, because that's what I'm here for. I want you to be able to weave tools into your business that are going to make game-changing difference so that you can grow and you can get to more people and help those bodies, those humans, do a better job at humaning. So breath work is a very important piece. It is the thing, everybody loves an ice plunge, and everybody will show up for a cold dip in a frozen lake. But the breathwork piece is the beginning and is hand in glove with when we're using cold exposure. And what I want to say about breathwork is we're really working to navigate our nervous system and navigate the nervous systems that are in front of us. So context of the client that you're working with. You can be a therapist, you can be a doctor, you can be a coach, fitness trainer of any sort, but utilizing breath work, if you are skipping that, you are missing the golden ticket to creating fast and efficient change within your client's system, within their psyche, within their belief structure, and within their body and their health. So if we look at breathwork first, breathwork is a beautiful tool to be able to understand how we can navigate stress, right? So many of the people you're working with, they probably have secondary, if not primary, challenges in their sleep. And if we want to be able to get the system to recover well and to heal faster and to do things better, generally speaking, whether it's focusing at the job or taking care of kids or running a big community event or taking people on big events, we want people to be able to breathe themselves into a better state of being. And also to have your clients understand that the way we breathe is the way that we end up creating thoughts, right? Our nervous system is taking in information faster than we can even understand at an autonomic level, just automatically taking it in and receiving all of this information. And then our body begins to breathe in connectivity with that information. And as we're breathing, our nervous system is recognizing all of these data points, and then it is helping create thoughts in the brain. So we want people to be able to think positively, feel good about themselves, let go of the negative self-talk. And the way that we can start them on that path is by regulating, calming their breath, right? This is the piece where we may talk about nasal breathing or good biomechanical form. So that's the first thing, is getting people to recover better by using the breath. The second thing is growing an awareness around breath, that if people breathe in a more down-regulated, in a more calm, even and easy fashion, that their body will stay in a state where it can repair, where it can have a cellular communication, where it can have the capacity to stay more focused. And what's really happening there is there's a scientific mechanism of the gas exchange that's happening in the body, where when we breathe more calmly in the right way, we can get the body to take in more oxygen, right? And what that means is not just breathe it in, but have it serve our organs and our brain and our tissues more effectively. And that's a really key factor when it comes to breath work that people don't talk about a lot. We can breathe in a way that we oxygenate the system better. We have heightened states of focus. Our muscles perform better. We make more ATP, this fancy scientific term that is for the energy currency of the body. We make ATP, we get more energy. So we breathe better and we can be more efficient and effective in the things that we're doing during the day. And we can be in a heightened state of focus that serves us, instead of a state of focus that's super heightened in a way that we cannot concentrate and focus because we're in an upregulated nervous system state. You know, with all the bells and whistles and things and stressors on our phone, we have this incidents, we have all of these things happening in our lives that are creating this upregulated hyper-stress state in our body. So you may see your clients coming in and they're like all taxed from all the things that are happening to them, and we want to be able to shift their state and down-regulate them so that we can get them to feel like they can get into flow. So getting them into the flow is a beautiful way to utilize breath work. And another thing that we're doing when we are getting people to understand the best ways to breathe is addressing any performance concerns or issues that are coming up, right? Teaching people how to breathe, teaching people how to oxygenate their system and be in flow, but then really addressing what the performance goals are of the person is in front of you. And then that might be that they're in a very heightened state of anxiety all the time because of something that's occurred in their life. And it might be that they are on a baseball team and they want to increase their stats, improve their stats across the board. This may be that it is somebody who's just dealing with social anxiety or work pressure, or they've lost their job and they're trying to navigate these heightened states of stress. So how do we get them to breathe in a way that's going to serve their specific context and their goals, right? And there's so many different protocols that we can apply to the clients that we work with and the communities that we serve to be able to have people realize that they can breathe better, even in some of the protocols that we have out here lying on the floor, building cardiovascular capacity so that they're understanding how their bodies can breathe in space. So those are three big things that we can play with in the breathwork landscape, right? We're creating focus, we're getting biomechanical form to de-stress and calm and recover, and we're having people focus on their goals by utilizing different breathing methodology or techniques or exercises that are going to target what they want to have more of in their life, right? Whether that's wins on the board or lower anxiety and more happiness. So that's breath in the breathwork world. Now let's talk about cold exposure benefits, 3 benefits of cold exposure. Now we're gonna talk about the benefits of breath at a deeper level, and I'm gonna demo a lot of breathwork exercises and get into more specifics in a 9-day training that I'm doing upcoming. So make sure you click the link or download the workbook. There's a playbook I've made with many of these tools and some guided audio recordings and information at sherpabreathandcold.com/playbook. You can get the playbook right away now, download it, check it out, download the guided audio and all those things. So come to that, subscribe and do all the things. And talking about cold exposure, which we will also do on the 9-day training, let's talk about 3 big benefits of cold exposure. Now, the number one thing that I see is the biggest epidemic in the world of challenge and struggle for most people right now, including some of the moments I have had over the course of this year, are people navigating anxiety at very heightened levels and depression, and much of it stemming from loneliness or isolation. And so the number one thing I focus on when I look at cold exposure and I look at ice plunging is how it boosts people's mood. There's literally a bliss chemical cascade in the neurochemistry of the body, punching up norepinephrine, epinephrine, oxytocin, so many different chemicals in the body that are going to make us feel better after a cold plunge, and even during, punching up adrenaline and getting us to really be moving and on the go if we're feeling a little depressed. So we can use cold to make people's mood feel so much better. We can also use cold, and this is a big one, especially with people who are on their weight loss journey. If we're having a consistent cold practice woven into our lives and we're sharing this with clients and we're giving them a good repeated effort of going into cold and motivating them to keep up the practice, there is a boost in metabolism over 300% that lasts 36 hours or so, depending on the person. So getting people into cold repeatedly is a beautiful opportunity to be able to boost metabolism, boost the way that we're burning energy and how we feel, right? And this can help with some body recomposition, right? You're gonna couple it with healthy eating, you're gonna couple it with other things you're doing in the fitness realm, but it is going to help us boost our metabolism and have our cells fire faster so we can really burn that energy and feel good, right? So we have mood boosting, we have metabolism boosting, and then another thing I will talk about from a cold exposure standpoint is as we navigate life's challenges and so many stressors and the toxicity of our planet and colds going around during that kind of season and all, the most important thing we can concentrate on is using cold in some ways to boost our immune system. And this is scientifically researched. We know that when we do small doses of eustress, which is a small intentional dose of stress that's good stress for the body because it stretches us and pushes our boundaries, that in the recovery phase, it brings us back to a increased homeostasis, a better adaptability to be able to navigate the cold and the flu and the things that might be coming up in our body and helping us stay in a healthy state. So those are 3 incredible tools, 3 incredible things that you get from the tool of cold exposure, ice plunging, benefits-wise. So much that I can share with you about breathwork and cold exposure. It is truly a passion of mine in this peak expression. And I know you are out there coaching and facilitating, or maybe you're just even a passion player and you've brought it to your communities and you're doing things in your backyard and you want to do more and you want to create a business around these modalities. Breathwork, cold exposure, even if you're working with saunas and contrast therapy, or you're owning a business, or you're coaching teams, these tools are impeccable and remarkable tools to be able to weave into all the work that you're doing. So I encourage you to come to this 9-day training with us. It's 15 years plus of information experience from all the certifications and everything I could ever bring you. You can download the playbook that'll give you some more information about it at SHERPABreathCold.com/playbook. SHERPA is SHERPA. It's absolutely free. Can't hurt to download it. Subscribe and like and do all the things that you do on YouTube. And the other thing is you'll have the opportunity to just come and join us. We're doing a big Zoom live only 9-day, 1-hour day training upcoming, and we want you to be a part of it so that you can come along for the ride. You can learn the very best ways to be a leader in this space by weaving breathwork and cold exposure modalities into the work that you're doing with people, or even launching your very own business around breath and cold. Again, my name is Kristin. I'm so excited to see you inside, and check the link, subscribe. See you on the other side.